Hi, people. This is the last video of the melanin. This is 3 of 3. I will use words not intending to offend people, but to describe my point of view and how I see things. Take what resonates with you, and what does not resonate with you, put it on the shelf or throw it away. I am thankful for my subscribers and new subscribers. Now, this particular video, um, is the last one. So I tried to list a review of 1 and 2 in this one and to wrap it up. Now, Malachi 3:9 says, "You are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation." Now, I have inserted the Bible concordance that the brotherhood put there for what it may mean. Malachi 3:10 says, "Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in my house, and prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts." Now, the Lord of hosts gives you the concordance number 3068, which is Jehovah with the Y. Now, if I will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. Now, I'm going to give you my downloads of what these verses are saying, and I've also indicated the Bible concordance numbers in the chart so you can go and do it for yourself. But what I'm about to give you is my understanding from a esoteric or from a spiritual standpoint. Now, curse with the cursed, which is Malachi 3:9. This curse refers to spiritual disconnection or imbalance. The curse is not a punishment, but the result of misalignment with the Great Mother flow and awareness of spiritual laws of giving and receiving. When individuals rob the flow, fail to contribute, whether through time, energy, or material wealth, they disrupt the cosmic harmony that sustains both you and the collectives, which are the people as a whole. Robbing is not just an act of withholding material wealth, but a spiritual withholding the soul's energy, the nourishing feminine principle of connection, compassion, and life force energy that binds all together. Leaving out the feminine principle leaves you in bondage. The storehouse is a symbolic space of the soul. That's what the storehouse is. The storehouse does not mean a church building. I don't, but anyway. The spiritual wound of creation where all energy is stored, possessed, processed, and rebirth. The soul, phenomenon, the great mother, substance, proteins, protons, neutrons, keeps this storehouse. It is the place where everything is nurtured, fed, and made whole. This teaching is about returning to the feminine principle of the soul, which creates abundance through alignment with divine laws and wisdom. The great mother within the soul is the nurturing force that receives the tithing. You, you, you are not giving your money to pimps, and that's what I call them, pimps, because they are pretty much masons, and the masons has to teach you what the structure have given them to teach you. So what they do, they give you parables on top of parables is what they do. The Bible is is parables and allegories, so they give you parables on top of parables. Um, so okay, cultivate them and gives them back even more in the form of favor, spiritual wisdom, guidance, love, peace, material abundance. Prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts. Testing God is not an invitation to test the very laws of the universe, to see if the divine reciprocity principle works. When you align with the phenomenon, which is the soul, the nurturing, receiving energy within you, always return in abundance. Divine flow is infinite and unbreakable. By offering yourself access to universal energy, you can see if it does not overflow, favoring you and the world around you. Trust me, I see it. I promise you, I see it. Let's see, 1224. Okay. Now, the soul does not just take and give a little back, it transforms and expands everything it touches, creating an overflow of favor beyond material form, spiritual wisdom, emotional peace, and universal harmony. The Niagara in the brain, or some people may call it Niagara, Niagara in the brain, the role of darkness and wisdom, is symbolic for melanin. The Niagara in the brain refers to the substantial Niagara, a part of the brain involved in the production of dopamine. The term Niagara itself comes from the Latin word for black, and the substantial Niagara plays an important role in movement and reward systems in the brain. This region is dark due to the high concentration of melanin, a pigment which is pigment. Um, Niagara symbolizes weather, or which is essential for our connection to deeper levels of awareness and spirituality. This aligns with melanin, which is not just a pigment but a conduit for special spiritual energy and higher awareness. Now, what I'm about to read to you, the Brotherhood reversed it. They reversed everything. In Psalms 18:11, this is the Brotherhood reversed. He made darkness his secret place. His pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the sky. Darkness, I gave you the concordance number for that, which is the Hebrew word chozek, means darkness, a place of mystery and a hidden wisdom. The Great Mother operates in ways beyond ordinary perception, often cloaked in a mystery, and can only be assessed through spiritual understanding or understanding. The key points about people, I'm giving you the brown people. I'm considered to be brown because of my skin. Generally have high uromelanin, which leads to darker skin and provides more UV protection. The European descent generally has high phyomelanin, a pio, phyo, a phyo, a pio melanin and low uromelanin, leading to pale skin and more susceptibility to UV damage. Depending on their genetic background and ancestral mix, Hispanics can have varying levels of uromelanin and phyomelanin, leading to a broader range of skin tones, which, when melanin does not appear, it is a deficiency, which comes about because of the absence of the melanocytes. Uh, these cells, called melanocytes, are responsible for everything. The tree-like melanocyte cells in the deeper epidermis produce melanin. When melanin does not appear, it is a deficiency which comes about because of the absence of melanocyte. These cells, called melanocytes, are responsible for everything. The tree-like melanocyte cells in the deeper epidermis produce melanin. Who has neuromelanin? It is said that all humans have neuromelanin, but it is not related to skin color or pigmentation. Instead, it is produced in the brain, particularly in movement or emotional regulation regional. In the substantial nigra, which is part of the brain associated with motor control and dopamine production, neuromelanin plays a neuroprotective role. It also has a role in reducing oxidative stress, protection neurons, and maintaining healthy brain functions. Concentration differences. While a neuromelon is found in people, its concentration can vary among individuals and populations, as it is linked to the health of specific brain region. Higher levels of neuromelon are often found in older individuals or those that in higher levels of dopamine producing neurons, which are essential for movement and emotional regulation. For instance, in people with Parkinson's disease, the substantial nigra uh, degenerates, leading to a loss of neuromelanin, neuromelanin in that region. Now that place is okay. So the neutrons as the great mother and melanin. The neuromelanin is in the brain through though to have a role in higher cognition and spiritual awareness. The connection to neurons, which are neutrons, like the Feynman dark principle of the great mother, the balance between the material and the spiritual realm. Neuromelanin in the brain acts as a neutron within the mind, a neural force that meditates between the light of awareness and the darkness of unconsciousness or spiritual wisdom. Neuromelanin is believed to help protect brain cells from damages caused by free radicals and oxidative stress. This protective function is crucial because its oxidative stress can lead to degeneration of the neurons, as seen in diseases like Parkinson. Some studies also suggest it might play a role in modulating the brain's response to neurotransmitters. Although this is still under investigation, they say. And the dopamine and the pineal gland are interconnection in regulating mental states, moods, and awareness. When the pineal gland is calcified, it is believed to impair spiritual insight, the ability to connect with higher awareness and and metaphysical realms. A calcified pineal gland is often described as closed or blocked, making the harder for individuals to experience heightened intuition or connect with spiritual realm. Spiritually inclined individuals often link the calcification of the pineal gland to reduced spiritual experiences or difficulties in reaching higher states of awareness, like intuition and inner vision. When the pineal gland is calcified and the melatonin level are disrupted, dopamine regulates moods, alertness, and motivate can be individually affected. This can contribute to feeling of lack of motivation, emotional imbalance, and even depression. Dopamine is the feel good neurotransmitter involved in motivation, reward, and emotional regulation. The substantial nigra, not the pineal gland, is primarily responsible for producing dopamine, which plays a role in mood regulation, motor functions, and cognitive functions. Reduced production. Melatonin, produced by the pineal gland, is important for regulating sleep patterns and maintaining healthy circadian rhythms. If the pineal gland is calcified, its ability to produce melatonin is impaired, disrupting sleep patterns and affecting mood regulation. Poor sleep and disruption circadian rhythm can affect dopamine systems, which regulate wakefulness, motivation, and alertness. This can lead to imbalance in the brain reward systems, affecting mental clarity, focus, and overall well being. Dr. Richard King said this rather. Europeans experience a pineal gland calci- ca- mm, 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 calcification incident rate of 60% to 80% by adulthood. Dr. King explains this difference as follows. Perhaps with only a half of the melatonin key to unlock the locus coeruleus doorway to neuromelanin. All black amenity, which is the inner vision, many Europeans, African with pioneer calcification, had access to only surface levels of unconsciousness. So if your pineal gland is calcified, you have your stuff is only those are book readers. They're book readers. They can't go into the spirit realm because it's calcified. And they'll not notice he just not talking about. He gave a percentage of Europeans, but he also said the same thing for Africans. So that is the one in the newer Niagara is the one that's most important. Not so much the skin operates for you in the physical, but the Niagara, the substantial Niagara is for you and for the spiritual. So for those who do not secrete dopamine, substantial it for Coca-Cola, which is it used to be in the early time. Coca-Cola used to put the cocoa leaf in the Coca-Cola, which was a substitute for those that didn't have dopamine regulation. I don't know if they're still doing that, putting it in Coca-Cola, because Coca-Colas used to be very strong back in the day when I was growing up. So Coca-Cola early formula around 1886 included the cocoa leaf, the extract containing small amounts of cocaine. At the time, cocaine was not fully understood in terms of the addictive properties or harmful effects. It was used in various medicines and tonics, including Coca-Cola. Cocoa leaf extract was used as a stimulant, and the drink was marketed as medicinal tonic for various ailments such as headaches, fatigue, and even nerve pain. It was intended to help boost energy and alleviate pain. The U.S. the U.S. Expressly prohibit the sale and trade of coca leaves. For Coca-Cola to continue in its current form, the company has a special arrangement with the Drug Enforcement Administration, allowing it to import dried cocoa leaves from Peru, from Bolivia in huge quantities. The dried cocoa leaves make their way to a processing plant in Maryland Wood, Maywood, Maywood, New Jersey, Maywood, New Jersey, operated by the Shepan Corporation, a publicly traded chemical company. The Shepan factory imports roughly 100 metric tons of leaves each year, stripping the active ingredients, the cocaine, from them. The cocaine free leaves are then shipped to Coke to turn into syrup and ultimately soda. Dopamine is often referred to as a feel good neurotransmitter because it is strongly associated with feelings of pleasure, reward, and motivation. Things that trigger dopamine: achieving goals and completing tasks, eating enjoyable or rewarding food, social interaction and bonding, laughter and compliments, physical exercise and running and dancing, listening to music you enjoy, sex and intimacy, learning something new and mastering a skill, winning a game or competition, anticipating, anticipating something pleasurable, a vacation or fun event, engaging in creative activities and painting and writing. Now, some scriptures indirectly include the pituitary gland, pineal gland, and melanin. like in First Peter's 2:2 and Deuteronomy's 32:13, uh, talks about milk uh, and honey. And remember, I told you what milk is the pituitary gland, and honey is the pineal gland. So when you see the word milk or honey or whatever, that's talking about the pituitary gland and the pineal gland. Proverbs 16:24, Psalms 119, 103, Melchizedek. They say king of righteousness, but it means messenger of vital energy, okay, which is the melanin. Genesis 14:18 to 20, and Hebrews 7, 1 through 3. The Negro is the substantial Negro, hidden in wisdom, cosmic consciousness, melanin. Psalms 18:11. In the blueprint, the pituitary and the pineal gland are intimately tied together, both spiritual nourishment, milk, and spiritual enlightenment, honey, with the great mother. Neutrons, or you may call it Maya. You know, Maya is the one that balances. So that's just another form of who the great mother is. Maya. So when you speak of Maya, you're talking balance. That's what the great mother is in the with the proton. The feminine is the proton, and the neutron is the great mother, there to balance between the two, which would be she's there in the middle to balance between the electrons and the protons. That's what she's there for. That's what it is. The Niagara in the brain representing darkness as the source from which this wisdom flows, and it is connected to the cosmic feminine principle that sustains all life and wisdom. Are there disorder related to melanin production? Yes. Vitiligo is one. Albinism is another one. And molastoma is another one. I'm going to let you read it. I put it in the charts. And pigment loss following skin damage, hearing loss, and Parkinson disease. Uh, the pineal gland calcification tends to start at age 12. It is characterized by the disposition of calcium salt in the pineal gland, leading to the formation of small calcified structures known as pineal gland calcifications or brain sand. These calcifications are usually detected through images techniques such as x-rays or brain scans. Now, all natural herbs are good until they mix with other stuff. It is because the pharmaceuticals, which is witchcraft, moreover, the Bible concordance to pharma is concordance number G5331, which is witchcraft in your Bible, and G5331 pharmakia uh, is in there, and it talks about magic and sorcery. I'll let you finish reading that. Uh, Factors influencing early calcification. Fluoride could be a problem. Diet and lifestyle could be a problem. Genetics could be a problem. And age and hormonal changes could be a problem. the conclusion at this point. The cosmic and human connection. Conversely, neutrons are subatomic particles found in the nucleus of atom alongside protons. They have no electric charges. Electrons only exist in the earth and are fundamental components of atoms, particularly in the nuclear physics. The human body, with its pineal gland, the pituitary gland, and the hypothalamus, and the substantial um, nigra and melon, and its ability to tap into cosmic forces, becomes microcosm. The small self is the microcosm contained with world that mirrors and reflects the larger universe. And the macrocosm is the universe and the stars of the universe. These physical components connect us to the cosmic energies, guiding our journey toward enlightenment and divine understanding. The pituitary, pineal, and hypothalamus represent the gateway to higher states of awareness. The substantial nigra or melon acts as intermediates that help to align your physical form with these cosmic energy, allowing the body to absorb spiritual wisdom and manifest divine light. That has to do with not getting sick or having diseases in your body. Uh, that's what that's all about. The neuromelon is found in the brain, particularly in areas like the substantial nigra and the locus coeruleus. It is involved in the brain's neural functioning production, influencing mood, movement, and coordination. Neuromelon has been linked to brain health, and some esoteric interpretations suggest that it may be connected to higher levels of awareness, wisdom, and spirituality insight. In some cultures, the presence of neuromelanin is said to enhance psychic abilities, intuition, and access to more profound knowledge. As you walk the path toward spiritual awakening, the land of milk and honey is not a distant place, but an inner state of being, a state where you achieve balance, relationship with the universe, where all aspects of your being, mind, body, and spirit, are in harmony with the cosmic flow. Cosmological unity and female and masculine. The cosmic principle underlying creation and unity, where the masculine uh, emerges from the feminine, the great mother darkness. Masculine energy does not exist in isolation, it arises out of the feminine, just as light arises from the darkness. The reflects the cosmic process of birth and transformation, where the masculine is always balanced by and dependent upon the feminine. Melanin in the eye receives light and converts it into electrical energy that comes across as an image. Superior protection against the effects of the ultraviolet radiation. Exposure to the sun can cause premature aging of the skin, as well as various skin cancer. Your ability to withstand the potential damaging efforts of the sun Ultraviolet radiation depends on the amount of melanin in your skin, which is determined by the number of melanocytes active beneath your skin surface. Melanin is an adequate light absorber. The pigment can dissipate more than 99.9% of absorbed UV radiation. In event, the most light-skinned people, the body's melanocyte respond to sun exposure by producing more melanin, while which creates the effects known as tanning. However, there is a limit to the degree of protection that melanin can provide, and it is significantly higher in people with natural dark skin. All these elements, Mel-chi-zedek, substantial nigra, melanin, pituitary gland, pineal gland, hypothalamus, which is the land of milk and honey, or interwoven in grand esoteric symbolism that portrays the human body as a cosmic vessel capable of receiving and channeling divine wisdom and light. The alignment of these forces within the body leads to spiritual awakening and empowerment and the fulfillment of the divine promise of peace and enlightenment. So I kind of went over one and two in the last one, but just keep in mind, don't consider yourself higher than anybody else. It's nothing wrong with appreciating who you are, but if you find yourself pointing the fingers and putting people down, that's not a cool thing to do, because whether you want to accept it or not, the only ones came from the stars was the brown women. The other ones came from the stars, and everything after her was created here in this earth. So that's how it works. You can't change the order of things. And it's clear, it's very clear. If you go in history, you'll find that the target has always been the brown woman. But now that she's realigning herself with the cosmic flow, she's getting to know who she really was, from past, present, and future. So until the next video, take care, good people. I will list the references underneath the videos. If you don't find it under two and three, it'll be under one. So take care. Have a good one, people.